and final main topic today. And our fourth and final main topic today is controversial.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the title of this is, and I want to specifically stay focused on this question, which is Ezra Miller getting off easy? And I want to first start out by jumping over to this article that I have up by Screen Rant. This is about the burglary case. I don't want to go into a lot of backstory about it, but long story short, he broke into a couple of people's houses, stole their liquor, threatened to kill some people, and left. At the end of the day, it seems that he is going to, plea with this deal, and that plea is going to basically mean that he spends no days in jail, not a single night in jail, and that he will be on probation for a year. Which is interesting, right? Because I personally have done a lot less in my life than break into someone's fucking home, steal from them, and then threaten to murder their wife. And set in jail for a lot longer for traffic shit.
Right.
For traffic shit.
Like 3 days.
So I just want to make it clear my stance on this question of, is Ezra Miller getting off easy? Yes. Yes. Absolutely yes. 100% yes. And no, I'm not going to call him whatever pronoun or acronym he wants to call, because he's acting like a goddamn child. So if he wants to be called anything, the child, Ezra Miller, is getting off easy. And he's getting off like a child. And this is unacceptable, bro. I said this in the beginning, that because he is part of this LGBTQ shit that he is claiming, it has led to him being protected. And that is not okay. No. That is unacceptable. I don't care what you are or who you like to have sex with. It does not change when you're being a shitty person. It does not change you breaking into someone's home. It does not change whether you... also, being the Flash doesn't change that any, right? It shouldn't. Because if this was any other... If this was Chris Evans or if this was anyone else, they would have been shunned immediately. Remember back when Jeremy Renner, there was like whispers that he may have like slapped his wife or something. And immediately there were whispers that Disney was going to recast Hawkeye for the Hawkeye series. That's how serious it was. This is what happens to the straight white man, Jeremy Renner. But to the child, Ezra Miller, it's, hey, not only, because I also want to preface this by saying that DC and Discovery is now trying to keep him as the Flash through all of this shit. And that is the most unacceptable part. This is all adding into it. Whatever anyone is doing is fueling this person. It is not going to help this situation. That person, that child needs help.
He
needs help. I don't usually say this, but he probably needs Jesus.
Yeah. Honestly.
And so, yeah, look, man, again, I just want to say I have no issues with anyone being any way that they are, other than being a shitty person, other than hiding behind what you say you are. You can't do that. Right. You can't choke slam a woman to the ground and say, well, I can do it because I'm a woman too. That is not how this world is going to work, man. If you guys think it's cool to let that dude race all them chicks and every one of those women lose in swimming and have to ruin their careers and their ideas of what competition is, I don't think that's cool. That's not the world I want to live in. I have a daughter. I don't want my daughter to have to compete against people who were born as a male. Period, and end of story. And I think we're always talking about where the line is drawn with all this. Well, I think we found the line, guys. You can't hide behind whatever you are. I don't care whether it's a race or a gender or a sex. You can't use that to hide behind your shitty actions. And in this case, I feel like that's what's happening. And it makes me angry. It really does. It pisses me off because, like I said, anyone else, even the guy, Jeremy Renner, the man who is currently in the hospital, who may never walk again for trying to save a man's life, immediately was almost thrown under the bus. Right. He wasn't even, they almost didn't even do an investigation. Jesus. But this guy, this has been, I mean, how long ago was it, Trevor? I mean, we were in the old studio when he chokeslammed that lady.
Yeah.
It's been years, man.
Yeah.
It's been years,
Literally.
and there's been no call. There's been nothing done. This man, the charges for this crime, guys, was like a minimum of like 2 years of imprisonment. And he's now avoided that. That is ridiculous. Again, just as a normal, everyday citizen, it's angry. It makes me angry because, again, I've been to jail for months over piddly shit. And this guy can... Dude, Trevor, if I broke into someone's house, told a dude's wife I was going to kill him, took their liquor cabinet and left, you wouldn't see me again for 3 to 5 years, Trevor.
At least.
Yeah.
Right.
And well-deserved.
Yeah. I'd be like, hey, bro, you shouldn't have done that.
Right.
You dipshit.
You need to go sit and think about that shit.
Right. God.
Yes. So my rant is over. Trevor, I guess I want to, again, preface the question I ask you is, with all this information and knowledge you have, is Ezra Miller getting off easy?
I'm going to say yes, just start it, but now I'm going to explain the complexities of my side in this situation. It's pretty similar to yours, to be honest. Yeah, I've stayed in jail for a couple of nights for, a week for having a plant in my car. Like I had a thing that hurts no one, and I didn't even smoke it, that day. It just was there. I had a freaking police officer get down on all fours, and he picked up tiny little green specks from the ground, and he charged me with possession, and I spent the night in jail for that. Okay. So knowing all of that, hearing that this fucking dick is going to be getting off that easily infuriates me. It infuriates me on a personal level because I know how annoying it is to be in jail, and I know how hard sometimes it is to not just be a raging jerk, because all of us think, man, sometimes a guy cuts us off and we think, yeah, I'd just love to crash his car into this fucking bridge and kill him. But we can't do those things because we live in a society. If we don't have some semblance of kind of rules in our society, it all falls down. And I'm willing to participate. Yeah,
and we can't also live in a society where we can't, but Ezra Miller can.
Right. And now this brings me I'd say it annoys me and offends me personally. It makes me irate to know that he is using LGBTQ to hide behind. Facts. It makes me unbelievable. And even more than that, the fact that the people in the LGBTQ community are letting him.
Sheltering him.
You're letting him.
Facts.
All right? Look, I am so much in support of everyone being able to be exactly who they have always known they are, okay? As long as that does not
you're breaking into people's houses.
Doesn't bring fear to other people actively.
Or how about this one? He abducted someone's 13-year-old daughter, fed her drugs and LSD, and told her that he was the Messiah and she was going to be his queen. And come on. I mean, what happens? And this is what scares me the most about all of this stuff is, again, because I have a daughter. And so where does that case go? Because that case is like, he's looking at 10 years type of shit in prison.
Should be.
So do we end up with it and we go, it's okay that you abducted that lady's daughter, fed her a bunch of drugs, told her you're the Messiah, probably raped her, or at
least had sex with her.
Yeah, bare minimum, ruined her life.
Right.
It's okay. Let's do a year probation.
Right, but Harvey Weinstein's going to be in jail though.
Right.
Which I agree he should.
Right.
But I'd almost argue that what he's doing is equally bad. Like, Harvey Weinstein's, I mean, they're like different kinds of bad. Like, one's using like all of their power to do, like, I mean, but so is Ezra Miller. You know, he's punched women in the face. The one I will not ever be is the one you're talking about. That's child.
That's how it started.
Right.
That was the very first one. I mean, that's when we all should have known. Right. And then after now we're that dude. There was a 2 to 3 year period where every 2 or 3 months it was like, yo, Ezra Miller just went ham. Yeah. Yo, Ezra Miller just did this. Yeah. Yo, he just got charged with that.
Any one of those things, like if I did it or you did it, right? Or got Chris Evans, or like we said, Jeremy Renner.
Or look what happened to RDJ. Or even take Robert Downey Jr. Or take
what happened with him?
Like how his career kind of took a dive just because the kind of stuff. Like, or Charlie Sheen is a good example. Yeah. So,
so he was doing hookers and blow,
and that was enough for everyone to be like, yeah, no more on you on 2.5 Men.
We're not so sure.
But this dude choke slams a woman, abducts a young girl, gives her drugs, all of this other shit, and we're just gonna go.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes zero sense to me, guys.
To me, and I think, honestly, the tragedy, the real top level, lots of tragedy, sir, but the real top level tragedy is this man is a sick man. He's obviously that's sick, really, really sick. He needs help really bad. Yeah. He needs people to come out and help him. The verdict of this, I would have been happy if the verdict would have been, hey, he's pleading insanity. He's going to get help. He's going to rehab, and he's going to sit in a rehab facility for a long time.
And I think the judge would have took it. Insanity? Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at your track record here in the past 8 months, kid. Yeah, you're fucking insane.
Right. You cracked, bro. Like, look, and when we have a situation like that, we send these people to a mental hospital to try and help them. Right. And instead of helping them, we just let him run wild. And we said, not only that, that's okay. Right. Go ahead. And you can still be one of the biggest stars on the planet.
And I really love him as the Flash. I think he's great as Barry. I really do.
He's a great actor. Let's not get this twisted.
I don't know about that. I'm not going to say that or not. All I've really ever seen him in is that. And he's great as Barry Allen.
Perks? What? Perks of Being a Wallflower?
No. And he is great as that character for sure. But again, there's no way in my mind that anything can be justified for him to continue to be able to be played. I don't give how good Flashpoint movie is. It could be the best movie I've ever seen. Yeah, and I'm still gonna. I mean, it's no different than watching something now with if Weinstein was starring in it or something. Right, like I don't care how good it is.
I mean, I think the best comparison is probably James Franco, because James Franco did some fucked up shit. It's definitely like you read it, it's like fucked up. And I agree he shouldn't have his power. But like, again, what he did.
What James Franco did though is what people in Hollywood have done since the beginning of Hollywood.
Right. And that's a normal way. Scale.
That's a normal way to abuse your power in Hollywood. Right. It is. What Ezra Miller is doing is like some wackadoodle shit, man. Like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs type shit,
Weinstein would be like, hey, man, you may want to slow down. Right. Just take it down a notch.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. But guys, listen, we've gone on enough about this crap, man. Look, all I'm saying is you can't hide behind the shit, and you can't keep playing the Flash with all the shit you're doing, man. Please. And more than anything, dude, get some help, man. Just get some help for the greater good of society. We have to live with you, brother. So
apparently we can't cancel you, dude.
Yeah, right. You're the first uncancelable.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, guys, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Let me ask you this. Do you think Ezra Miller is getting off easy? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.